Alright, what it is, YouTube. So today I'm just gonna have gameplay in the background. It was essentially a solo duels. I had a teammate, but he kept dying, which I didn't really care because I got the dub anyway. But I guess this video is just me getting back into the motion of things because over the past couple years I've been on and off with content creation in general. It's just I didn't think it was me, so I never put the time and the effort into it because I kind of had this thing about things being just right, or else it ain't up to par with what I want to put out. But I've been seeing a lot. You gotta get started somehow, someday. Just do it, and that's essentially what I'm doing, just doing it. And I haven't really put out a YouTube video since I believe like Black Ops 4. Actually, I lied. That was Modern Warfare 2019, but that video was ass, so we're not gonna talk about it. And I did like hide it from my channel. That's how bad it was. Like the thumbnail is just atrocious, son. I tried to throw it together in Photoshop, and that shit was just bad. And I was ashamed, so I unlisted it. But I was like, it's nice to go back and look back at your old stuff and look at how far you've come. And I wish I had known that when I was younger, because I believe I was like 12 or 13 for Christmas, I had asked for the Elgato HD, and I got it. Like the very first Elgato that came out, that capture card, I got it. They got it for me for Christmas, and I never did anything with it. Like, what a waste of money. Like, I think the most I did was like record some gameplays, and they're just sitting on the laptop that's lost. Don't even know where it's at. Actually, I think it was my uncle's computer, and if he still has the HDD, I might, you know what, let me ask him if he still has that computer, because it might have my old Ghost gameplay on it, because that's around the time where I got it. But it would have been nice to be able to look back, because I was able to find my old YouTube channel where I was just posting stupid like Black Ops 2 clips from the theater mode that I thought was cool back then. And I was like, man, like I really wish, and I'm been feeling extremely nostalgic lately, and I wished I would have just put out the content back then for what it was, because that's what everyone else was doing. So why did mine need to be perfect? And that's just me putting too much pressure on myself to make things that are different, that are pristine, that are just good. And everyone doesn't perceive good to be the same thing, and mine was clearly perfection, which it never should have had to been that for content creation, because over time the more I did it, the better I would have became. And yeah, that's essentially where I'm at. So that's where this YouTube video is coming from today. And now that I'm looking at Call of Duty the way it is now, I started playing Call of Duty. The first Call of Duty game that I played was, I believe, the first actual COD that came out on like PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and GameCube. I was playing the Call of Duty campaigns on GameCube. That's how far back it goes. But my actual first multiplayer Call of Duty wasn't until Modern Warfare 2, but it was at the end of its cycle, a little bit before I believe Black Ops 1 was about to come out. So yeah, when I started playing, it was kind of sad actually, because no one I went to school with really wanted to play with me, because they were really into private quick scoping lobbies, because it was the end of the game. So they weren't really trying to play multiplayer and whatnot, and I didn't know how to quick scope at that time. Like, I had just got the game, so I was ass, and no one wanted to play with me for that reason, because I did not know how to quick scope, and they'd be like, oh, you're hard scoping. And it got to a point where they would either just put the lobbies on lock and I couldn't join, or they would just deadass kick me from the lobby if I joined. And it wasn't until like I actually had my best friends growing up that I went to an after school program with, where we just all actually started playing Call of Duty. And it got to a point where those same kids that would kick me out the lobby when in Modern Warfare 2, they wanted to play with us, and I was so much better than them. Like, I think my golden era of Call of Duty, let me not say golden era, it's just when I started to notice that I actually became good at the game, That was probably the end of Modern Warfare 3, about Black Ops 2. Even though in the beginning of Black Ops 2, I was still a little buns. I noticed towards the end, the more I started playing Search and Destroy, because I absolutely hated playing Search and Destroy in Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 1. You could not get me to play Search and Destroy. I really started to enjoy the game mode in Black Ops 2. That's why Black Ops 2 will be the best Call of Duty to me that was ever made. Nothing will ever compare to that Call of Duty game. I don't care what anyone says. Like, you can say Modern Warfare 2, but Modern Warfare 2 really does not touch Black Ops 2. And that's all I'm gonna say on the matter. But yeah, that's when I noticed I started getting good in Black Ops 2. Like, I was so proud of myself for having like a 2.4 KD and getting to Masters for ranked. Like, no one could tell me shit. Like, no one could play with me. And it got to a point where like there was dead ass kids in school at, like, when Ghost came out and they had the clan wars, there were dead ass kids at school thinking they were good enough to really get down with me and my bros. Like, y'all was not touching us. And that's just what it was. Like, we were really hub stomping and blitz, getting back-to-back KEMs and shit. And I miss those days sometimes because, man, just going home after school and playing some Call of Duty with your friends and then chopping it up at school, it was different. And it'll always be funny because one of my friends, his parents actually put, like, I guess at a certain time it would kick them off the Wi-Fi. So I believe at like 9 o'clock on the weekdays, he just automatically get booted from the lobbies. Like, he would time out and we're like, what the heck is that? Lo and behold, like, his parents actually did that to him. I don't know if it was because he was on Call of Duty too much or what, but I may be telling this little secret because I don't know if they still do it to his siblings or whatnot. But I think they're all older, so shouldn't have to worry about this. But he would just go and unplug the router and plug it back up and get back on. And that it was the funniest thing. I think about this. No one cared about me growing up, so I had all the time in the world to play Call of Duty. Like, my grandma, she worked overnight shifts, so she was gone by 10:30 o'clock, and she wasn't coming back until like 7 a.m. So there was really no one around to tell me, get off the game. Like, I still woke up and still went to school. Them grades was still looking right, so no one could tell me anything. But yeah, I'm feeling, like I stated earlier, I just feel extremely nostalgic about just Call of Duty in general. Like, the way I used to play with all my friends, and now, like, I don't. It's sad, but I don't play with anyone. Like, we're all grown up now. I started playing Call of Duty when I was 12, 13. I'm now 26. Like, that's almost 15 years of just playing Call of Duty. And the way I feel about the game now, just Modern Warfare 2, even you know, Cold War. I think it started around Cold War because my friends, they don't really mess with multiplayer Call of Duty anymore. A Warzone 1 and playing during lockdown, that was probably as good as it was gonna get for us coming to Call of Duty, because Warzone 2, Modern Warfare 2, it just does not feel like the games we used to play. And I can't blame them for not wanting to play anymore. You know, just go do better things with their lives, you know, become a police officer and whatnot, I guess. But, you know, I'm stuck here playing Call of Duty because I ain't got shit better to do. Like, but I enjoy it sometimes, not all the time. I enjoy it. And damn, I didn't realize I was talking for this long. I won the game already. Shit. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Anyways, well, I guess that's the end of the video. Pretty much spent most of my time talking about, you know, my feelings about older Call of Duty, and I hope I have a couple ideas that I have for the channel coming forward. Fuck, hearing myself in the background just totally messed up what I was gonna say. But yeah, I have a couple ideas that I want to do moving forward, and not gonna lie, watching old Nate shop videos actually gave me some of these ideas. So definitely gotta shout him out, because just doing what I'm doing today came from him watching his older YouTube videos, and he's just telling stories. Like, I watch newer Call of Duty videos now and people are just playing the game and just talking about the game, and that's not always entertaining to me. Like, what's for me ain't for everyone, what's for everyone ain't for me. And that's about it. So, no, I catch you on the other side, YouTube. I'm about to hop off of this and play some game.
Rap jitsu, rap miss you. We need some MCs, black belt and rap kids who don't know they rap jitsu. Rap jitsu, can I get a master in this bitch? We go rap jitsu, rap miss you. We need some MCs, black belt and rap kids who don't know they rap jitsu. Rap jitsu, can I get a